It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs as they play against the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. Look at the 76ers starting group. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Oubre out there with Joel Embiid, and it's George in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Spurs, Barnes operates at the 4 with Wembanyama at the 5. Castle is out there with Devin Vassell, and it's Champagnie in at the 3. So tonight, Tim, we got a fantastic matchup at the guard position. Indeed, some of the best in the league going head-to-head.
Yeah, this is the very top of the food chain when it comes to guard play in this league. Really no weaknesses out there for either backcourt.
Now, here's Vassell. 6 to shoot. It's rebounded by Edgecombe. Three-pointer. That shot missing. Here's San Antonio, and this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Both teams struggled to be competitive overall last year, but at least their season series was.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Embiid, no good. Vassell outside. Pass to Castle. Vassell left side. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Now Maxey. He had 27 points last game. Oubre against Barnes. Oubre passes to George. Vassell grabs the board. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Barnes looking around. A three-pointer's right on target. Barnes has got his second bucket of the night.
And you see some of that insane skill of Wemby. Able to drive and kick. That is a 7'4" guard.
Now, here's Oubre. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
Still nothing after 4 shot attempts. They're desperate to see something fall through the net.
Here's Castle. His last outing, 16 points for him.
This is where we'll probably see Castle the most, creating opportunities with the ball in his hand.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. In 4th, the Spurs.
And last year, their rim protection was unbelievable. Teams actually turned down shots in the lane.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, the Sixers are one of the more high-variance teams in the league. With their star veterans in PG and Embiid fully healthy, they have a chance to win the East. Without, they'll need to lean heavily on their promising young players.
They're plenty talented. Thank you, Shams. And here's Maxey after the three-pointer from Kelly Oubre. And that one's good, Maxey.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Vassell inside the line. Top of the key jumper, no good. And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. Trailing by 2. Maxey against Barnes. Shot clock at 6. And he hits it to tie the game up. Maxey's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, that's a nice finish that time by Maxey inside, making full use of his exceptional agility and athleticism.
Here's Castle. And Wembanyama outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And thus far in his career, GA, Victor Wembanyama is averaging well over 3 blocks per game.
Matter of fact, if he can maintain this rate, he's on pace to average the most blocks of any player in NBA history, surpassing the towering Mark Eden.
And the first one drops. LGA, we know it's still very early in the season, but still, just how defined are these teams at this point?
Kevin, it varies squad to squad in a big way. Some teams are very solid now. Things are pretty set in stone. Others are looking for what really works in the moment of truth.
And both free throws good for Wembanyama. And Craig, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
Well, the defense challenged him just enough to force that miss. They really collapsed when he got close to the rim.
The 76ers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. 76ers moving the ball around. To the middle. Barnes down low. Covered by Oubre. Second shot opportunity. Barnes can't get it to go.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
Pass to Edgecombe. Embiid the screen from outside the arc. Puts up a 3. Another miss by Philadelphia.
He is just struggling right now to find his way and trying to regain his confidence.
Here's Wembanyama. Good D by Embiid. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Maxey against Castle. Barnes sets a screen for Castle. Vassell outside. Good on the triple.
And what do you expect from Vassell? He's an accurate shooter from the perimeter.
The 76ers trail by 5. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, Victor Wembanyama is trying to gain strength, but he said it's important not to lose your mobility. So bulking up is not a good word. It's more being stable. That's the way to keep going. I don't need to bulk up. I need to get my core stronger. I need to get solid. Back to you, Kevin.
That approach makes sense. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Here's Castle after the made shot from Joel Embiid. And the basket by Castle.
A bigger guard, 6'6" Castle can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Who's checked in for San Antonio? Johnson comes in for Devin Vassell. The 76ers trail by 5. McCain with the ball. Edwards finds McCain. Now Grimes. There's a screen. Lock at 6. Rebound by Sohan. San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Pass to Wembanyama. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama.
And now a look at Victor Wembanyama here.
Great showing for him last season. Put up about 24 points per. Almost 4 blocks and 11 rebounds. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up. Fantastic scoring production from him.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively, and he has provided points pretty much every time they've needed him.
Shot by Grimes. No good. Spurs leading by 5. Castle up top. Johnson outside. And Wembanyama trying to free himself up. Yep, that one goes.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
The Spurs have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Waters is checked in, and Jordan McLaughlin subbed in for Castle. And the 76ers also making a change. Maxi's checked in. Free throw good, Wembanyama. And some young promise in the backcourt for Philadelphia.
Maxey already an all-star. Jared McCain looks to continue his promising start. And Quentin Grimes a revelation last season. And let's not forget, number 3 pick DJ Edgecombe. They are loaded at guard.
Now here's Johnson. After the miss from Tyrese Maxey. McLaughlin, the pass to Waters. Now here's Johnson. He's guarded by Grimes. He had a nice open look right there. Wembanyama's got 8 points.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
And it's good, 2 points.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Takes a 3. It's picked off. And so it's San Antonio ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for San Antonio.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
Ryan is out there with Jeremy Sohan. Then there's Keldon Johnson. Then it's Luke Cornett. And it's McLaughlin into the 1 spot. That's the San Antonio 5. Spurs leading by 11. Pass to Cornett. Here's Johnson. Shoots the 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
When Johnson's feeling it from range, he can be lethal.
Here's the screen. Here's Bona. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Johnson. Driving in. Pass to McLaughlin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Maxey. Here's Cornette, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Leaving some skin on the floor. Those are pure hustle points. Yeah, he gives up a few inches to most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. San Antonio making the switch here. Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. 5th on the list, the 76ers.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoy playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Now, Wembanyama. He's got 8. Vassell, the pass to Sohan. Just 4 to shoot. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Johnson, that's for 2. Rebound by the 76ers.
Well, he usually brings rain from there, but not this time.
McCain up top, covered by Vassell. Pass to Bona. Now Watford. Here's McCain. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Spurs leading by 12. And Jared McCain's rookie season, Tim, cut short by a meniscus tear in his left knee.
And before the injury, he was the favorite to win Rookie of the Year, Kevin. So he's looking to pick up where he left off and continuing that promising trajectory.
And so here is Philadelphia. After the basket by San Antonio. Shoots it up. A rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Vassell. Johnson outside. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 16-point game. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
Pass to Sohan. Vassell against Maxey. Vassell outside. Over Maxey. Vassell, no good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Back to McCain. 76ers moving the ball around. From deep, Maxey. A rebound by the Spurs.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Here's McCain. Hasn't made one yet with the step back. Here's Grimes. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
What a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Some changes here for the Spurs. Barnes is checked in for Jeremy Sohan. And Castle is subbed in for Johnson. Pass to Champagny. Oubre with the steal. Here's Edgecombe. Now here is George. Over Barnes. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours north in OKC. Another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standard's been set.
Now Castle. Paul George missing from long range. Wembanyama sets a screen for Castle. Just 5 to shoot. Wembanyama no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Edgecombe with it. Castle covering. Pass to Embiid. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
A few guys get to the line the way Embiid does.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
Well, the free throw drops for Embiid. And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Well, Greg, we know at his peak, Joel Embiid, one of the elite two-way centers to ever play in the NBA.
The former league MVP, but when you weigh close to 300 pounds, it moves like he did. Not entirely surprising that his lower extremities took a toll.
And now, Hallie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. The Spurs last season acquiring De'Aaron Fox. He said what this team struggled with are the things that I bring. Self-creation, being able to touch the paint, getting into the teeth of the defense and collapsing it. And regardless of how well I'm playing in a game, I still command attention. My guys never just leave me. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. Grimes with it, covered by Vassell. Pass to Oubre. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Nobody near George. The 76ers again can't hit it. Vassell outside. 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Barnes. And a miss there on the triple. Pass to George. And here's Embiid. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Barnes finds Castle. Here's Wembanyama. San Antonio again missing from deep three-point territory. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around a little bit. Need multiple paint touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off it and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, Allie, thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first half performance it's been for the San Antonio Spurs.
I obviously love watching them. Everyone enjoys good offense, right?
Yeah, played the right way. I can't think of a more beautiful game in all of sports. And now, and I know it's still early in the season, but let's take a moment to talk about the conference standings in the West.
Well, right now for the Spurs, this team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
Easy, big fella, but I got to say, they are making it look easy here in this early part of the season, at least. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in a second. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
For most guys, that's a night's work. It shows you how dominant he's been to this point.
The 76ers trail by 15. Taking a look at the 76ers. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. George is out there with Kelly Oubre, and it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. San Antonio's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. And that one's good, Barnes.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Now here's Embiid. Outside for George. Embiid sets the pick for George. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Castle, no one around him. From outside, off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
The big man Embiid converts inside. So, Tim, here's a word you often hear teams talk about, and that's culture. How does an organization create the right culture?
Well, I think, Kevin, you establish core values and then you make those non-negotiable. When everybody connects with that and connects to those values, you really have something special.
Holding on to the rope and pulling in the same direction.
That's what it's all about.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
First one falls for.
Considered by many to be the best prospect since LeBron James, Wembanyama seems determined to reach his full potential.
And so he makes both from the line.
Such a treat that we get to watch Wembanyama in action. He's unlike anybody else in the league, or really ever.
From deep, George, the rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Inside, takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. 14 points for Victor Wembanyama. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Edgecombe. And stolen by Vassell. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
Now, Castle. Down low, Embiid with the steal. Oubre, no one around him. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Wembanyama gets the bucket.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
Here's a look at stats for Tyrese Maxey. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged about 26 points a game last year, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
Well, that's right. There's no question he's not their only offensive weapon, but he is a key cog in what they're trying to do.
Now, here's Maxey. 8 points for him. The three from George. Hits it from three-point range. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And, Jim, this is year 2 of that 4-year, $211 million contract for Paul George.
And when he's been healthy, Kevin, he has shown himself to be one of the best swingmen in the game. But now he's in his mid-30s, and this can be the point where players often start to wear down.
And here's Maxey. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. It's off target. He's 4 of 9 from the field. Vassell against George. Barnes outside. No good on the 3. The 76ers trail by 21. Back to Maxey. At the top of the key, Embiid. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Well, this has been far from his best game, and if they're going to come back here, he's got to find a way to get going.
Here's Castle, and that one good. Castle's got 9 points.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Embiid finds Maxey. Rebounded by Castle. Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Wembanyama. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
The defenders try to knock Wembanyama off his rhythm, but He knows it's coming, and he's prepared for it.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Spurs?
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And we should also mention their work on the perimeter. They have found quality looks from deep, and they have knocked them down.
Free throw good, Wembanyama. Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league, even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
Checked in for Victor Wembanyama. For Philadelphia, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Pass to Embiid. Outside, Maxey. Connects from three-point range. Maxey's got 11.
That's beautiful right there by Maxey. You can play him off the ball or on the ball. Tyrese will find a way to beat you.
Here's Castle. 9 points in the game so far. Shot clock at 6. Vassell, the pass to Champagnie. Here's Castle. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they've ventured outside the arc in the third quarter.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Champagnie passes to Vassell. Count the basket. He's got 7.
I'm not shy about bringing it inside. Vassell is comfortable around the hoop.
Outside, George. Back to Maxey. To the inside. Here's Grimes, defended by Sohan. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Philadelphia. On Saturday, they'll face off against Brandon Ingram and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons.
And for their matchup with Detroit, it's one that should be a fun contest. The way the teams stack up against each other makes for some good basketball.
Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Then for the 76ers, Trendon Watford's checked in for George. Edwards comes in for Kelly Oubre. And Jared McCain subbed in for Maxey. McCain with the ball. Castle covering. Pass to Embiid. Back to McCain. Embiid sets the pick for McCain. Now Grimes. Covered by Vassell. Shot by Grimes. No good.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that's not a horrible shot for him to take, but you could still probably find a higher percentage shot.
An emerging part of his game. Johnson's becoming a better playmaker.
Pass to Embiid. 1:37 left in the third. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And you talk about physical dominance combined with skill. Tim, at his peak, where does Joel Embiid rank?
Well, Kevin, I'm not sure we've ever seen a 7-footer with this combination of power and three-point shooting touch. Injuries really are the only thing that have slowed him down.
The first one falls.
Well, there's just so much to love about Joel Embiid. Obviously, the power is there, but so is the skill. He can really shoot it, and it's why he's been an MVP in this league.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Spurs. Jordan McLaughlin comes in for Devin Vassell, and Embiid drops them both. Here's Castle. 12 points for him.